is going on, YouTube? What is going on, Kansas City? And what is going on, everybody? And welcome to the Beat of KC. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lucas Murphy, and wow, the Kansas City Chiefs fall to 0-2. They obviously take a loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in Kansas City in Arrowhead. But really what I want to focus on in this video is something that I've really talked quite a bit about with Michael Darcy from the KC Sports Report and Josh Fan from Show Me Football. And really, it's just kind of a eyesore, I guess you could say. It really is just a negative limelight that is being casted on this offense, on this football team. And really what we're going to be talking about is the inept ability to run the football outside of Patrick Mahomes. I think that when you really look at this Kansas City Chiefs offense, you're creating a dynamic where you're forcing this team to be one-dimensional. And when you're going against NFL opponents, NFL defenses who have a time period to really kind of scheme up a plan, if you're fully eliminating one aspect of your offense, it's going to be extremely hard to really have success in the NFL, even with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. And I think that that is really something that this Kansas City Chiefs front office, the coaching staff, and really just the offense as a whole is just really kind of digging themselves deeper when it comes to having a performing running back. You know, we obviously have Isaiah Pacheco. He was injured last year. He hurt his leg. He's coming back. But there's just not an ability with him to contribute in the run game. He kind of gets that burst going, and then he hits the initial line, and it's like, that's it. Kareem Hunt obviously provides a little bit of a spark, but he's an aging running back who really is exactly that, a backup running back that is aging and just doesn't have that exact same burst when we drafted him. Behind that, Brashard Smith, we do not see. And Elijah Mitchell, he has been a healthy inactive. So the fact that we just do not have the ability to run the football just starts to create more and more pressure for this offense. So we're going to really dive in and talk about that. So I really think one of the things is the over-reliance on Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes obviously remains the consistent rushing threat for this team. That can't be a sustainable thing when you're putting your number one entity at risk every time he runs the football. We've seen multiple times in NFL games where Patrick Mahomes has either dropped his shoulder to lay out a defender. Guys, at some point an injury can happen there. And I'm not saying that, you know, we need to put bubble wrap around Patrick Mahomes, but I think you really need to limit the risk of getting hurt on a more consistent basis. If you're constantly putting him in a situation where he can get hurt, eventually that is going to happen. And then really what's going to happen to your season? You know, we're seeing him have to extend plays because there's no true backfield weapon. There's just not. So running back room stagnation, and I think that's something that we kind of hit on. Kansas City did not make a meaningful add to really a proven dynamic runner in the offseason. There were obviously some trade rumors that we discussed, really that kind of sparked after, I would say, the second preseason game. We started to kind of see the idea that the Kansas City Chiefs were realizing, man, our back room is just not very good, and we need to go out and get somebody that can actually contribute. If they were seeing it then, they realized that there is a deficit now. Guys, we missed out, and I'm not saying that any of these guys were available at the time in the draft, but you have to take into consideration we missed out on guys like Omarion Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Travion Henderson, Cam Scatteraboo, DJ Giddens. Obviously, there was no way we were going to get Ashton Genty, but then you're talking about Quinshawn Junkins, you're talking about Devin Neal from Kansas. I mean, the list can go on, and the fact that we just waited till the 7th round, and again, I'm not saying because I truly, I'm on record saying that I truly believe Brashard Smith can provide this offense something, but I don't think that he is a top premier running back that is going to be a workhorse for you. He will be a contributor. He will be an asset in special teams. He'll be an asset to catch the football out of the backfield, and he will be able to break up the monotony of giving that workhorse running back maybe a break, but he's not going to be your every down back. That's what we missed on, and that's what we do not have. You know, everybody believes Isaiah Pacheco, and I'm kind of falling into that boat as well. I saw the healthiness in training camp. I saw what we originally had with Isaiah Pacheco that would actually contribute, a separation from what we had in the offense that would allow Patrick Mahomes to kind of hand the football off and not have to worry about being in 3rd and long every time that, they go out onto the field. I think that's one of the biggest things that this offense is really kind of is missing. And so what that's creating is an offensive identity that is just tilted too heavy towards the passing. We really kind of focused on this in the beginning of this video, and Andy Reid and his staff continue to rely on Mahomes' arm, even when the defenses dare them to run, which is truly creating an imbalance. And I think what that does is that starts to create a predictability in play calling. So without a reliable rushing option, defenses can key in on passing game and drop into coverage, limiting offensive efficiency. I also think what that is doing is that's really creating a negative aspect to this offense where you don't even fear the run. And the fact that your offensive line has been kind of designed around a run. If you look at guys like Trey Smith, he's very good at the run defense. Does he do well in pass game? For the most part. And you paid him for that. Kingsley Suamataia, a very, very good run defender. Run offensive lineman. But they limited that. Josh Simmons, we've kind of seen both. I haven't really seen too many negative things about the first round guy that just really has been impressive to me. Creed Humphrey can do both, probably more of a run style type of guy. And then, whatever you got going on over at right tackle, I truly believe that this offensive line, the metrics will show you that the offensive lines performed better creating lanes in the run game than really protecting Patrick Mahomes in the pass sets. We saw the negativity that came about of this offensive line in the Super Bowl. I mean, there was no way you were going to be able to run or throw in the Super Bowl because it was just an onslaught of defensive explosions coming off the edge. There were all kinds of blitz packages. Like, this offense just struggled mightily. And I think we're starting to kind of see that filter into the 2025 season when you're forcing this team to really kind of play from behind. We saw that yesterday in the Eagles game when they were playing from behind, and immediately the run game just disappears anyways. You're giving your best player an opportunity to take advantage of what he's best at, and that's running and throwing the football. He's going to do that, and he's going to do whatever he can to put this team on his back and win this football game. And there were many opportunities where we could have won this football game, but I just truly wanted to come on here and really kind of discuss and talk about really the ineptitude to be able to run the football. And I think how that's going to impact this Kansas City Chiefs offense, this team moving forward. And like I said, the defensive teams that are really good will be coming to Kansas City. We'll be going on the road to those teams. And they're going to be able to scheme up a game plan to really just try to limit Mahomes because that's all they really have to focus on at this time. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of this lack of ability to run the football. Let me know what you guys think about maybe potential options as we continue to progress through this season. Which running backs would you be interested in that are available? We'll probably be making a video on that as well because I think it's a discussion and a topic that we need to discuss. So which players would be potentially a good fit for the Kansas City Chiefs, not only financially, but really just kind of come in and fill that role of being a lead back. I appreciate you all checking out this video. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I end every video the exact same way. Have a good day.